let's go with the medical. Luka has a sprained knee. He's probable for tomorrow. Timmy just had a setback, so he's going to be reevaluated, but he's questionable. And then Omax is out.
Timmy had a setback during that little Stay Ready game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they'll reevaluate him and see how he feels.
How much was Luke able to do today?
Everything.
Okay.
Jason, they scored 18 three-pointers in the game one and also 18 in game four. How do you guys run them off the three-point line?
Yeah, I think looking at game 2 and 3, just being able to understand that 3 is important for them, and we got to do a better job, especially early in the game.
How do you guys, as coaches and the players as well, help make things easier for Luka? I mean, he always has to work for whatever he gets, but is there a way that you guys can help him simplify things?
Yeah, well, it's simple now. You got to give. They're throwing a lot of different bodies at him and making him work, and taking the 3 away or taking the lob away. So for him, he's got to look to score a little bit more for us and be aggressive and set the tone early.
Jason, it goes without saying the kind of player that Kyrie Irving is in the playoffs, but how special is it to see it with him being a Dallas Maverick?
Yeah, I think there were questions when we traded for him. I think those have all been answered. But when you talk about Kai's, he's won a championship. He's won a gold medal. He's a winner, and for us to have him is big, and we saw that in Game 4. His ability to lead the guys when things weren't going well, we just stayed the course, and he kind of led us there by getting us going offensively and just kept us calm. His calmness is one of the big things you need this time of year, where you don't panic, and he's one that never panics. He's always figuring out a way to get back in the game or control the game, and that's what you need this time of year.
If your team is going to have a long playoff run, often there's kind of a crossroads games, and that happened to you guys in 2011 with Portland. What do can you use that as maybe a history lesson, or point out how important it is to bounce back, or kind of galvanize from a tough loss like you guys had the other day?
Yeah, I think you learn from your wins, you learn from your losses, and Game 4 we learned. I mean, we fought and got back into the game, took the lead, but there were things that led up to that we can't do, and it was kind of like Game 1. We had a bad quarter, the first quarter, but you can't have bad quarters, at this time of the year, especially against the Clippers. They're a very good team, and again, being able to take the threes out. But a lot of times in series, there's swing games. A lot of guys look at 3 and 5 as swing games, and so we're going on the road. This is a swing game. The winner controls the series, and so we got to find a way to win on the road.
Coach, we saw Exum during the 5-on-5. Do you see him making more of an impact in the series moving forward? Or?
Yeah. I look for Exum. We were hoping that Timmy was going to get back. We'll see how he feels tomorrow, but. Looking at what Exum, I think he's going to have a big part in Game 5. Up to this point, he hasn't been up to his standards, but we trust that he's going to be really good in Game 5.
Jason, every career has its challenges. How do you maintain and stay grounded during the ebbs and flows of being a head coach in the NBA?
That's a great question. You just have to be consistent, and when you look at telling the truth to your players, even if they don't want to hear it or don't like it, being consistent with the truth, and then being supportive when things aren't going well. You got to be there to support them, not when things are going good. It's easy to be supportive, but when things aren't going good, just being able to be there to help them, give them the answers, to help them fight through a tough time and see them bounce back. And when you can see them smile, you know that they're going in the right direction.
What did you think of Luka's comment the other night after the game that he feels like he's letting Kyrie down?
Yeah, that's his opinion. He's doing everything he can for his teammates, and so. But that's his opinion. You got to respect that. And so that's something that he's not letting anybody down. He's playing. You're going to make some shots. You're going to miss some shots, and that's just part of basketball. But we believe that when it comes down to it, he's going to be there to deliver, and we got a chance on the road in Game 5 tomorrow.
When a guy's having that kind of emotion, that kind of thought process, how do you pour into a guy? How do you coach a guy through that kind of feeling and that kind of moment?
You move on to Game 5. That's as simple as it gets.
Jason, you've mentioned the giving the Clippers clean looks at threes as a problem with the slow starts. Offensively, what needs to change coming out of the gate?
Yeah, not just clean looks. They're getting tough looks. They're making tough threes too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not just wide open threes. They're also contested threes that they're making that they are capable of making too. These are stars. These are future Hall of Famers when you talk about Harden and PG. So understanding how important the three is for them, we got to take them off. And again, I've said this before. They're not just going to let you. And so you got to live with some that they're going to make. But again, we can't. 7 for 10. We got to do better. And we got to expect that he's not going to. PG is not going to wait. In Game 5, he's going to come out aggressive. So we got to match that.
And then on the offensive end, slow starts typically aren't much of an issue there because Luka tends to light it up in the first quarter. What do you got? What needs to change for you guys in the first quarter as opposed to Game 1, Game 4?
Yeah, I think you look at some of the bunnies or the open shots that we miss, we normally have made. So hopefully we can make those in Game 5.
Jason, what does it say about the Western Conference when KD and LeBron and Steph, between them, won one playoff game this year, and they're all already out?
Who's that?
KD, LeBron, and Steph Curry. They won one playoff game between them this year, and they're already out of the playoffs. What does it say about the West?
Tough. West is tough. You look at Denver, they were in a dogfight with the Lakers. The Lakers led at halftime of every game and came up short. It's tough. There's a lot of good teams, not just individual players, but there's a lot of good teams in the Western Conference.
Coach, after last game, you said threes killed us, which was true for sure. When James Harden is just going to the floater consistently over and over in the fourth quarter, is that something you're prepared to just keep living with and keep trying to take away the three, or will there be an adjustment there?
Yeah, we're going to live with that. Threes hurt you or can beat you. Twos in this league don't beat you. Gives you an opportunity. We just got to make it tougher on him with the twos. We can't just lay or give him free layups. He's too good. So we have to do a better job on the ball with him.
Multiple ties in the series. What's the temperature like in the locker room?
You would have to ask them that. I don't go in the locker room here, so. But it's good. The vibe, the energy is good. We know what we have to do, so we'll head to LA this afternoon and get ready to play them tomorrow.
All right. Thank you,
Appreciate
everybody.
it.
Thanks.
Coach. Thanks.